Hi, Rigsters here, back with another episode of Why Should I Bother or Even Attempt French Tank Series, this time with the Tier 3 AMX 38. The AMX 38 is a tank that will lead you towards many different various paths. In particular, it will lead you to French medium tanks when you reach up to level 9 out of 10, light tanks from tier 4 to 10, and a sub-branch which I call the combat car at tier 6. And I'll show you that real quickly here in the tech tree view. So this is where the AMX 38 lies at, the other path being the Suma S35. You go directly to the AMX 40, and then to the tier 5 ELC, and then you can choose between two paths from here, and then when you reach to here, you get 3 choices. You just have to individually go directly across from there, or go down and directly across. That's pretty much how that works for tech tree stuff in this particular game. This particular path for the AMX-38, if you go the light tank route, will be faster starting at tier 5, but let's focus on why I think the AMX-38 can be at times actually fun to use. The AMX-38 has 60mm now of frontal armor in comparison to the tier 2s on the previous episodes, 40mm of frontal armor. At least when you face this tank head on towards non-premium cannon rounds. This tank can effectively block shots from equal tier opponents with ease, provided they're not shooting gold. Despite all this armor advantage this particular tank has, it's still very slow. It only goes 25 kilometers forward and 10 backwards. Just like before, I will compare two valid cannon upgrades. The 25mm, which the previous tank, the FCM-36, upgrades to. And it also starts out with the 37mm SA-38. That's a side gun upgrade that I recommended for the FCM-36. It actually starts it out with this tank right off the bat. However, I will not be using the SA-38 because I will be comparing the 25mm once again to the 47mm SA-35. The 25mm from tier 2 also gets an upgrade. It goes to 33.3 rounds a minute with 100% crew in comparison to 26.1 rounds a minute to the FCM-36. So this demonstrates and shows that sometimes the same gun can be used on the same tree, but sometimes you get some rate of fire buffs or dispersion value buffs, making it more effective on a later model tank. Now you might be wondering, well, why am I not covering the 47mm SA-34? It's the first theoretically new gun in this path, but I strongly advise not to use this gun at all. It only pens 25mm with normal rounds and 46 with gold. So basically, you have to fire gold rounds to make this gun work, and it's awful. And also the rate of fire is slower at 18.7 rounds a minute. And it's just, in my experience, it's just god-awful. I don't even know why this gun is in the way of the SA-35. It's just pointless to use. You have to research it, though, to get to the AMX-40. But don't use the SA-34. Instead, use the last gun upgrade as probably its best gun for this tank and also for this particular part of the journey, the 47mm SA-35. The SA-35 pens only 1mm less than the 25mm 45 versus 46 as an example here. I'll just show it real brief again. Here's the SA-35, which is a good option, and the 25mm, which has 1mm more pen with non-gold rounds. The SA-35 also has much more damage than 25mm, 55 for average damage per hit, and also has an HE option of 24 millimeters of pen, which is the max average damage of 70. It does still fire slower at 18.7 rounds, and is a little less accurate at 0.47 versus 0.45. It's not a huge difference, but it's a small but noticeable difference. The aim time is also slower, 2.5 seconds versus 1.7. Basically that means like how fast the aiming circle closes in. The tighter and faster the circle closes in, the more general accuracy the gun will be in general. And also, as a future reference for the AMX-38 that leads to the AMX-40, another reason why you want to get at least to research the SA-35 is you do not want to have the stock gun on the Tier 4 successor, because you get that god-awful SA-34 to start out with, and you do not want that. You want to get the SA-35 pronto. Otherwise, you just might as well not even go in the battle in this tank. That's another reason why they put this gun right here. So, just like before, I'm going to do 2 matches. I'm going to mount the 25mm to start off with, and compare that to the 47.5. That's 45-47. I'm so confused with numbers. The 47mm SA-35. I'm going to do 2 matches, one with this 25 and one with the 47. And also, unlike Tier 2, you do get a radio upgrade as well, but it's only like 360, which is communications within the Allied circles. And also the engine horsepower is actually finally in the 100s or mid 100s, with the best engine option being the Ester M at 160 horsepower versus 150. Once again, more mobility. I think the track traverse is better too. Let's see here, 30, 32, 30, 34. Actually, the FCM 36 is slightly faster turning its tracks around, but the AMX-38 has more armor and theoretically more acceleration. 9.9. Yeah, I think that's slightly better. So let me just mount the ammunition here. You also get 2 consumables, just like before. I won't go over this again, but just real briefly here. It's still below Tier 5. I wouldn't recommend mounting these consumables, but they're there as an option. So now you can heal a crew member if they get stunned or injured, and repair your tracks quickly if needed. So I'll see you in a match. This match took 50 seconds to queue up for, so thus confirming my theory from the previous episode that Tier 2 is pretty much not played anymore, at least solo. Especially on US Central. I couldn't get a match yesterday on US Central. So, now we're just going out and about in the AMX-38. This map is Abbey. And this time it's all players. So you actually get to see people this time. And it's a full one. I'm going to go the same area I did last time with the AMX-35. I'm going to be going with the AMX-38. And also, if you're an eagle eye, I did upgrade the crew to 75% because I want to make sure I actually have somewhat of a chance of winning, because now I won't be facing bots anymore. So I'm going to be leading the charge with this Gross Traktor. That is a German Tier 3 Premium. It is a heavy. It's one of the few Tier 3 heavies in the game. Most heavies start at Tier 4 and up. And that's a different subject for a future time. The tank that just drew past me, that's like I'm going still, is the M2 Medium. And like the name implies, it is a medium. It's a US design, very fast and very fragile. Or at least, they're significantly quicker than my tank with full upgrades. Like, I have the best engine and tracks, and it's still slow. But at least it gets to its speed. I've noticed, I'm watching my speedometer here, it reaches it actually more frequently. Like, it gets up to speed much better than the Tier 2. Even though you can't turn it its tracks faster. Let's see what the depression is on the 20. Oh my goodness, you can barely aim this gun down. that's another disadvantage of the 25. You don't have much gun depression. Like I covered on the previous video, I just can't point my gun down as much. Now it's the first hit. The M2 medium is running, so there is artillery too in this map. They are a direct fire unit. Oh, that is a tank destroyer. Oh, it bounced. Wow, that's interesting. That's what I mean by the good armor of this tank. Oh, I can actually fire on my brethren AMX-38 here. I think I might be able to get a hit if I just go a little bit higher. Oh no. I don't think I can actually pen him with the 25. Unless if I loaded gold or find a different spot here. Oh my goodness. I literally can't pen it. Yeah, I'm just going to be bouncing constantly. So I'm just going to go to the right here, and I'll see you in the gym. So after some puddling around in a very slow tank, I have found the enemy base. Well, it's not hard to find, it's just have to get some action going here. There we go, finally knocked out our first tank in this 25mm match. Doing good now, I can actually pen a tank. There's the artillery piece right there. Oh, he's just outside my range. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Yeah, because it's a low caliber, you don't get the additional benefit of a potential overmatch differential. Yes, this game does actually have a form of overmatching, where if your gun caliber is high enough, it can sometimes have a chance of ignoring certain angles of penetration values. But there's a lot of mathematics involved with that, and it's very situational dependent. RNG, or random number generator, is what usually influences that outcome. So yeah, this game does have math in some forms of algebra. Luckily it's not overly complicated, but it can get complicated in some aspects. Because man. Well, it looks like we have almost an ace tanker on the enemy team. It is a Swedish tier 3. I think that's a medium. Yeah, I think that's the medium version. He does have, of course, a speed advantage, but I don't think he's going to bode well against all the horde of tanks coming at him. So, I'll drop by and see what's going there. I'll see you when I get there or something interesting of note happens. Alright, an update. Well, I couldn't reach the tank in time, so that was the end of that one. So let's bring up the detailed results for that. I am running premium and a credit booster, so it is artificially inflated. Without the credit booster on standard account for that match, which went pretty decently, I would have nominally earned subtracting 2,416 from 7,118, because I'm assuming you're a free-to-play player and not having a day worth of premium that I somehow got yesterday. It is, let's see here, 6,5... approximately 4,500 credits on standard, and with premium that would be about 7,000 credits with premium. So it'd been 4,000 to 7,000 without the booster being active for this 25mm round. So let's switch out the guns real quick here. I'm going to switch to the 47mm SA-35. I also have to mount the shells. So one shell is 20 credits. Yep. And how much is the other one? I kind of forgot because I wanted to see real quickly how much is it per round here. Let's mount that here. Oh, 5 credits a round. So the 25mm is 5 credits a round on standard AP. The 47 which I'll mount here. So it goes from 5 to 20. So you're paying about 15 more credits around to deal, on average, 55 damage points. You can roll 41 to 69. Nice. For that, so what's about its premium cost? I forgot about the premium round. Why do I keep clicking on wrong buttons? Alright. Yeah, this is what I mean. So, if you were to not care about economy, and you had, like, credits to spend and didn't care about income at all, your one round is 1,200. If you were to do this all premium rounds, you'd be paying 252,000 credits if you only fired APCR, which is the premium round. That is ridiculous. Who the heck would do that? That's just madness. So, I'll be going out with the 47mm SA-35. See you in the match. We're now on a different map, and we now see our first one tier above tanks, tier 4. So we have 3s and 4s running around the field. And this is where the game can get interesting, because you can sometimes, starting at tier 4, see 1 above, and then after tier 4 you can see up to 2 above your own tier, which means for more profits. Oops, did I say more profits? Maybe. So, this map is Stud Zenki? Stu Zenki? I don't know. I'll just call it Stud. I'll call it Studzy. How about that? Just name it Studzy. So, as you might have noticed, the gun also looks visually different. The 47mm SA-35 also allows me to actually elevate the cannon downwards. Wow, what a concept. I can actually aim the gun further down than just, like 2 degrees down, so there's a lot more flexibility with the 47, the good version of it. For sure, I'm going to be heading downtown with the team towards the right. Normally I would go towards C4, but I want to try something different. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to just blow up and die there anyways, so might as well help out down here in the meantime. And as you've noticed also, the reload time is longer at 3.5 seconds per salvo. Why do I keep saying salvo? I'm so used to playing World of Warships, sometimes I still say salvos instead of shots. So, 3.5 seconds is still pretty respectable. It's nowhere near as fast as a 25 though. So, I've got to make my shots count more often, hopefully. If the team doesn't, like, kill him before I get there, too, that's the other factor. Because when we roll with a rolling bunker, it takes a while to get anywhere. Mind you, this is also with a... Oh, I thought I was going to kill him. That would have been awesome, but turns out that's not for this time. I was just going to say, like, it would have been awesome if I got that kill there, but it was not to be. As we knocking down trees and random pottery. Is it pottery? Yeah, I guess it's just a bunch of stuff that they just left outside. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure the people in this Studzy town probably are going to file a lot of claims here. So we're going to fire in this Panzer 3J. Is it 3J? Yeah, it is 3J. There we go, we got a good hit. See how much more damage that was? 61 versus 27. That was actually a high roll. Because the average damage is 55. That was actually a good roll. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He does have tougher armor, so you have to go into sniper view and chase him down. Oh, he bounced it. Okay. Well, we finally did some damage, though, which is good news. So I want to rotate my tank around and to make sure that it faces the front towards the enemy at all times, because otherwise, why play a rolling bunker? Now, it's not invincible. Tank destroyers like the tier 3 and 4 can easily still penetrate this tank. I just have to close the range a bit so I can actually see what's going on here. Is this tank AFK? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to let the circle move in some more. Oh, I didn't let it move in close enough. There we go. I'll just farm this AFK tank. Because it's fun and engaging, that's why. I think he disconnected or something. And this match... Oh, I almost forgot to say how long this match took. It took about like 30 seconds. So it was actually faster queue time than last time. Well, I could have sworn I hit that guy. I guess the shell warped out of the aim circle. A common complaint of this game is ghost shells, and I could have sworn I actually had video evidence of a ghost shell. Or maybe I just didn't hit it right. There we go. Now I got a kill. So we're at 364 damage, which is not bad for a tier 3. Get at least 300 points of damage in a tier 3, that's considered an average match. And drink some water there. We're doing good. I mean, this team actually is doing quite well, actually. I mean, yeah, I did have a lot more bounces because it's 1mm less pen, but probably would have done less damage if I had the 25. Well, let's see what we got here. So, let's do some brief comparisons here. Whoops, why can I get it? There we go. Alright, so this is the one on the left is the 25mm, our old standby trusty gun, and this is the one on the right here. Yeah, you can clearly see when you do more damage, obviously, you do more credits and results here. It's kind of obvious, even though I fired and got more hits and penetration hits, it's on the left. I still earned less, even though I did kill how many tanks? Yeah, I killed 2 tanks, but I only killed 1 on the one I just did. So despite killing 2 more tanks on the left, because I did less damage, I earned less money. Although the experience was more on the left for some reason than on the right. So let's calculate the standard account here with the credit booster. Let's see here, that's 3,466, so we subtract that for a net total of 987, approximately 6,000 for net takeaway on standard. And on premium, the credit booster running, it was an extra 5,100. So on premium, I actually earned about 9,800 net. I didn't have to use my consumables this time, which is kind of a good thing. So that earned extra money. So I actually made, prospectively, 7,000 versus an additional 3,000. So premium count, at least at lower tier, seems to net you on average 4,000 to 10,000 more credits per match, net profit wise, if you're running a reserve booster. Without it, it's more like 3,000 to 8,000 extra money per match. So yeah, I think when you run the 47mm SA35, when you get that gun for this same X38, it opens it up very nicely, despite having longer reload and some minor accuracy issues that the compensate for. Once you get that 47, I don't think you really need the 25 anymore. I think the 25 is really just good as a stopgap gun for this tank in particular. And then as soon as you get that last one, just mount it and don't look back, because the 47 is vastly superior in many aspects. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time, I'll be covering the community's favorite duckmobile, because this tank looks like a duck. That's what it looks like before upgrades. And so, I'll be continuing covering French vehicles. I actually play the AMX-38 from time to time just for funsies. I also play the Suma S35, which is not upgraded yet, but in a future episode, I'm going to be covering this guy as well. So this is Rigsters Journey, signing off.